Hello and welcome. This is Josh McDonald, and on behalf of DomCop, I'd like to introduce you to the new DomCop feature, which allows you to perform custom crawls on any given website in order to find expired domain names. So I started SEO back in 2009, but in the summer of 2014, I created a similar domain crawler that crawls sites like TechCrunch and New York Times, and then I sold these expired domain names to agencies to be used in private blog networks. This was really when expired domains were becoming a major factor in starting a private blog network. So these days, anyone that I know personally that has over 100 websites in their network will not use anything but expired domain names. Similarly, I only use the best expired domain names in my own private blog network. So I hope that my industry knowledge and experience throughout this video can offer some relevant insight towards the power of this amazing tool. So here we are, we're looking at domcop.com, and you can see normally you land on this expiring tab right here, but they have this new tab over here called crawler. So we'll click over and go back to the crawler tab, and I've already ran the crawler, so you can see that I already found 33,000 domain names myself just from testing this over the past week or two. And head over here to the crawler dashboard. That's where we're going to find all of our info, and this is where we'll be able to set up all of our crawling campaigns. So here you can take a look at the stats that I've done with my crawlers. Today alone, over 100,000 pages have been crawled, and out of those, I found 2,300 available domain names. So let's click on View Crawl Jobs. So here we have a bunch of jobs that I've either completed, or they're crawling right now, or they are set to be crawled. You can see that near the top, this one hasn't been started yet. A couple different Linux websites I'm looking to crawl, and the best part about this tool is, unlike what I created when I had my own, is that you can choose any URL and it will crawl it right away. You have 10 crawlers that you can use. So go down here. We'll go down to, let's see, here we have one right here with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 crawlers, 7, 8 crawlers being used, 9, 10. All my crawlers are being used right in this campaign here. Each account gets 10 crawlers, which is basically 10 threads. So we can see up here at the top here, CanadianBusinessDirectory.ca. We're going to crawl to a depth of 7 links. Right now it's crawling. We've crawled 50,000 pages. It's found 91,000 links on those pages. And then of that, it's found 14,000 domain names from these links. And then from that, it has 26,000 domain names available. Now we can see that this this figure is not right, because that is way too, this number should obviously be less than this here. Now, let's go back. You can see that I am crawling Canadian directories because I'm based in Canada. My clients and my own websites are geared towards Canadian traffic, so I have governmentofcanada.ca and lots of business directories, all based out of Canada. Let's go back to the dashboard. So here we have another option. We can create a new crawl job. So after clicking create new crawl job, we're presented with 4 different options. Now the options that I concentrate on the most are these 2 right here. My favorite one is the simplest, is a complete website crawl. So basically you enter in the URLs that you want to be crawled, the websites, and it'll go ahead and check them out. There's also the keyword search, which I don't really, I prefer this option better, because basically a keyword search will basically just search Google for you and just take the top 10, 20, 30 results from Google and insert it into a complete website crawl. Whereas I rather look at those, first 30 results and just hand pick my own URLs so I know which websites I like. So for example, let's go to Google here, and we're just going to type in Canadian news. And you see there's cbc.ca, ctvnews.ca, globalnews.ca, thestar.com, and it goes on, right? So basically, this right here, if we entered in Canadian news, it'll go ahead and check the top 20 or whatever you choose in the settings. But you know, say I didn't want yahoo.com to be crawled, I didn't want google.ca to be crawled, then I might be better off just copying these first three into the complete website crawler and then crawling those. It would save a lot of time and a lot of threads because, as I said, each account gets 10 threads, so you need to choose how you want to spend them. So let's click create a website crawl. This is going to be a complete crawl of the website. So the first option we have here is to enter in the website. So you can enter in up to 500 websites here. I never enter in that many. I enter in usually 3 to 10. But let's say, let's go to Wikipedia. Let's do this. One of the strategies I use is I go to Wikipedia. And what I've done before is, let's do a different industry. I have a boating client, a boat dealership. So just click on boating. Let's search up the boating page here, perhaps. And here we are on the boating page. So if you go down to the bottom of any popular Wikipedia page, there is links. These are all outbound links. And then usually there's more, but this is more than enough. And then we also have inner links. So if you hover over any of these hypertext, it goes to the boat page. It goes to the recreational page, powerboats, motorboats page, sailboats. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this URL, paste it here. We're going to choose a crawl depth of, let's say, 4. So that means that it will crawl first. This is depth 0. It'll crawl this whole page. And then it'll go 1 deep. So it'll go here. And then it'll check these. We're on the boat page of Wikipedia. It'll check these right here, these links. We got, let's see if we have an example here. A good example of one that could be expired. sciencemag.org will be checked. Let's see what else here. Lots of yachtsurvey.com. This link here will be checked. popyachts.com will be checked. And then after this is crawled, if you choose to go to a deeper, like we said, 4 levels, so it'll go ahead and it'll click plane. And then we have, you know, on planing on a boat, as in the action. And you know, it's going to keep going in through these inner links to a depth of 4. So back to boating, which was right there. And then you can choose the maximum pages to be crawled, because the thing is, if you're going to be searching, let's do a website here. Let's just say we're going to crawl New York Times. You see there's 18 million results here. So there's obviously how many are actually relevant, how many, because a lot of these sites will have something like, they'll have a subdomain like videos, or even if you're crawling a blog, it might have like a shop where there's like a whole bunch of review pages or product pages that are not really, they're really a waste to be crawled. There might be, let's say there's 100 blog posts on this website. You want to check those over for expired domain names. But then there's 50,000 of these product pages from this shop that they've implemented on the website. So you really need to be careful and check over before you're crawling. Just check over how many pages are on the website so you know exactly what you're getting into. Because obviously if only 1% of the pages on the website are good, of use to you, then it's going to be a waste of your time, and you might be able to choose a better website for the purpose. So we're going to do the Wikipedia page, and we're going to crawl, we don't need to crawl that. You can choose different maximums. So it's going to go to a maximum of level 4. It's going to go to a maximum of 100,000 Wikipedia pages, and it's going to crawl for a maximum of 16 hours. You can enter in a name here. Let's do Wikipedia boating, and then we're going to, you can choose the email on completion if you like, but I don't usually choose that, so I'm just going to hit add new job. And here it is. The status is building scrape list. So how this works is there's 10 threads, like I said. So as you can see, we'll go to one of the ones that are actually being crawled. I'm trying to figure out, I believe this was the one. Yes, this is the one here. So as we counted, all 10 crawlers are being used, and it's going to be a while. Let's look how many inqui. These are all yet to be crawled. There's a lot here, and we're going to depth 7. I think I searched something like Canadian business directories because I wanted to find businesses, companies that went out of business, that are bankrupt, that have solid domain names or solid link juice, you know, from Yelp, and maybe they have reviews on Google Maps and things like that. You know, I'm trying all sorts of different things for my network, and so I just typed in Canadian business directory, and I have just a ton here. And this will take a long time. I mean, this is probably going to be another week, but there's great results. I found 26,000 domain names from this one alone, Canadian business directory, and it's not even done crawling. Okay, so if I wanted to go back and let's go back to crawl jobs, I want to get this one here started. Now, you're not going to have near as much craziness going on in your dashboard because I've been testing this a lot over the past couple weeks. But basically, if you want to get this one to run, then you simply need to go through, hit the pause button on all the jobs before it, and then every 10 minutes there's a cron job that runs on this service on DomCop that will go ahead and recheck which crawler you want to crawl, or which job you want to crawl, sorry. So when you pause all these, you give it 10 minutes maximum, it'll change over and it'll choose the boating Wikipedia page if you paused all the other ones. Otherwise, it'll just progress, you know, it'll finish here, and then it'll go up to the next one, which is this one will be next. And then it'll go to this one, and as you can see, I have a few up here that were completed because I paused this one down here for a while, and then I let these ones run, pause it again, and played this one here. So you can play around with which ones you want to be, where you want to allocate your crawling threads to. Now, the new feature that was implemented this week is, let's go ahead over here so we can start the job, redo the job, cancel the job, or view the domain names for the specific job. So before we were on the crawling tab, we can go back to that. We go to the home page, you hit crawler, here's all the domain names, 33,000. Or if you're crawling in a specific niche like I am, like boating, I have a boating client, I have a dentist client, I have my own website, you want to look at specific results, specific domains from a specific campaign. So let's say this was one client's crawl for this client's PBN. So I'm going to click view domains, and it'll show just the 200 domain names from this crawl. So 267. And as normal in the DomCop interface, it has all the metrics you need. Everything is here. You can hover over source, and in the bottom of your browser you can see it says where this link, what was the backlink it found this domain name on, and then it has all the the domain name, age, the domain authority, the citation flow, trust flow, and then my favorite metrics, referring domain names, which really lets you know how powerful the domain name is. This one has 64 referring domain names, so I might check into this one. It is boating for my boating client. I will check into that domain. And it's really, other than that, it's all exactly how DomCop has been for a while now. It shows you all the data you need to know in one place. You click the buttons, it'll take you to the Majestic SEO page to check out the metrics. And as you've seen, 31,000 domain names found is quite a few, more than I'll need in a lifetime for a private blog network. That is just a ton, and it's just a really handy interface. Let's see what else I can say here. We've covered everything. We've covered creating the job. We've covered how it works, how long you need to wait until it changes between jobs. I think we've covered pretty much everything. This is a really powerful tool. Everything is good. Anyways, that's it for this video. That is everything for the new DomCop.com crawler. Appreciate you guys watching. Check it out at domcop.com, and see you in another video.